Yeah. So let's take a start here. What is verb? Yes, anyone? What is meant by verb? What is the function of a verb in a sentence? Yes, anyone?
Verb is the action.
Yeah. What shows an action? If I say he sleeps or he thinks, do you think thinks is an action? I think is a verb. Do you think is an action or not? Yes. Okay.
Yes,
Uh,
think is it.
think is an action? Really? He looks. Looks is an action. Or he imagine. Imagine is an action. Some words are verbs, but they are not an actions. Uh, yeah. Yes. Verb is a word that shows an action. Yeah, which means an action or a state also. So some words are going to be called state, right? Think, uh, see, look, and sleep, rest. He is in rest, right? He is in rest mode. Or the other word, imagine, right? Like such kind of words are going to be considered the state verb. And the other ones which are going to perform any action, he works, he reads, he writes, like this, he walks, he runs. So those are called action words. Now, action words and state words, all both of them are called the verb that shows an action or a state. Action verbs are called and grammar, they're called dynamic. Dynamic. We call them the dynamic. Dynamic means motion, motion words, right? And state words, they're called stative, right? In a not in a action, right? Stative means like in one form. Okay. Now, verb shows existence, state of being, ownership, senses, mental activity, emotions, feelings are that shows the following. Yeah, the verb, this what shows the following would be called verb, right? The word which shows the following would be called a verb. Is in adverb we studied that adverb shows to modify another adverb or adjective or a verb or a phrase or class or a sentence, right? Same goes for verb. What shows these following, right? Like the following, right? And if this would be shown to you in a sentence, it would be shown to, by which word? That would be called a verb in English grammar or in parts of speech, right? Now, verb that shows what a person or thing does. Ali plays cricket. Now, what the person has done, he has played. He has played what? He has played cricket, right? Now, the action that is shown to us by a word is a verb. The action that is shown to us by a word, right? That is called verb. Okay. Yeah. Another thing, verb also shows what a person or thing does. Now the computer is thing. My computer works fast. My computer work fast. Now again, just look at the definition of a verb, that it is going to show an action or a state. Now, at both position here, the action is shown. Some for the first, within the first sentence, there is a person, but in the second, there is a thing, right? In both, the action is performed, and that is called verb. Okay. Now, again, and the next use, verb shows what is done to a person or thing. It here, what the person has done, and in the next one, what is done to a person or thing, right? What is happened to them? What is happened to them? And at here, what is happened by them, right? What they did and what now something happened to them, right? Okay. Yes. Now, at here you see what shows what is done to a person. I think Ali was beaten by his friend. Now, something is happened to Ali, and that something which is shown to us in a sentence is called verb. You got it? Again, my car is fixed by an experienced mechanic. Now, at here you see experienced mechanic. Sorry, my car is fixed. Now, at here, which word is verb? Yes. At here, which word is verb? Yes.
Fixed.
Fixed. Yes, exactly. Fixed. Fixed is a verb, and this is showing, right? What this is showing, something is done with the car, right? Something is done with the car. My car is fixed by an experienced mechanic. Now, you see these sentences are in passive voice, and these are in active and the straightforward, right? Now, but overall, what has done so far? by the doer of the doer, like the subject, right? This is shown to us by a word, and that done thing like that happened situation, the done situation, which is done in the sentence, right? This is called verb. Somewhere it would be action, somewhere it would be a state. Okay. Now, the ownership, the next use is regarding ownership. They have a lot of money. Now, have at here is a verb, but it is not for showing any action. You see, this is now stative verb, right? As in the definition we studied that if this confusion would be not now clear, right? That verb does not only show action, rather it also shows the state of the state of an action as well, the state in a sentence as well, right? Okay. Now they have a lot of money. Now have is a verb, have verb, right? My computer has virus, has virus. Now at here the possession is shown to us, right? So if you are going to show some a possession by using have or has with a person or a thing, so this would be called the verb, possessive verb, or it would be also called the stative verb. This have and has, right? Okay. Yeah. Now it also show what the person is or what the thing is, the state. At here, this is a stative verb. But again, at here, now this is also going to identify or show us the state, right? We are students. What are we? We are students. Now, at here, are is indeed helping verb, but helping along with helping verb, it is also a state verb, right? One is stative verb, and this is yeah. To it also you can also call it a stative as well, but and more clarification, you are going to call it state verb, which is showing you a state of a thing or a person, right? For example, the another one, my computer is old. Now at here, you see my computer, and my computer, which is used as an old, yeah, is. So the is showing the state of a thing. My car is just, my car is new one, or my car is a blue color, right? Now it here again is a state verb, right? Now categories of a verb according to form and kind. Like what are the form and what are the kinds? In form, we have the first, second, third forms, and the structure which we use ess, and the second form of verb ing, right? These are going to be called the forms of verb. For instance, if you are like, there are five kinds. We use different kinds in the tenses, and these are going to be known to you. You would be familiar with this. Like the first one is unconjugated, where you don't add any additional word or letter with the word, like go, write, read, speak, listen. You don't add ed or ing or the ess, etc. Right? The simple form of verb, the simplest, the first form of verb is called unconjugated. But if you add ses according to the present simple rule to any word, that is called inflected form, right? That is inflected with the s or es, right? By the addition of ses, that is formed. And yeah, guys, this is just an extra information, but if it would be clear to you, it is fine. It would be good, right? So no need of like this much information is required, but just learn it. Okay, and you can just see like why we have discussed it. There, like what where we can use, but these are you would have studied so far in the tenses as well. Now the another form, when we add ing in present continuous or past continuous or future continuous, in any of the continuous or the perfect continuous tense, ing form of verb, that is called derivational form, right? When you derive a new word from the pre-existing word by adding something to that, right? Now, and the second form of verb is called conjugated. The first form of verb is unconjugated, and the second form of verb is conjugated, and the third form of verb superconjugated. Now, from now onwards, you can ask someone, what is the superconjugated of go? Yeah, what is the superconjugated form of go? And that is the third form of verb, go. But if you would ask superconjugated, maybe someone would stuck. Like, what is super? What is mean by superconjugated, right? Superconjugated, conjugated, unconjugated. That is actually first, second, third form. Okay. Now it is used with they, we, you, I, and after modal auxiliary verb. Okay. Like yes, unconjugated. He is now. he goes, or if you say they go, yeah, they go. We are going to use this the unconjugated, the first form without ses with these four in present simple tense, right? They go, I write, right? Like this. These are going to be considered the unconjugated form of verb. Yeah. Next we have inflected form. It is going to be used with he, she, it, and present tense. The goes form. The writes, reads, speaks, listens, catches, right? Now, ESRS form, you are known to it, and that is called actually in grammar inflected form. SES, you can now onwards, you can call it the inflected form to be used with the he, she, and it. Derivational form, this is called progressive, yeah, sorry, this is ing form. Ing form, it is going to use in progressive tense. Progressive, when something is in the progress and the consistency, continuous form. Now, present continuous are future, the continuous tenses are called progressive tenses, right? And the continuous process. So there you will use ing words, ing verb, right? Next is conjugated, the second form of verb. I have, yeah, that is used for form past tense. I have finished special grammar, right? Um, I went there, I wrote it, right? I wrote it. Now these are the conjugated form, and superconjugated, it is used in perfect tenses and passive voices. Like he has gone, he had written, not wrote, right? So the third form of verb that is called superconjugated is going to be used in the perfect tenses, right? Okay, next we have verbs according to kinds. Here we all discussed the whatever we have discussed. This was the form of a verb. To make it more clear and easy, at initial position we first discuss what is verb, what verb does, or what is the uh, what is the function of a verb in a sentence. Then we studied that a verb is a function as a action. Somewhere it performs action, somewhere it performs a state. It shows only a state, right? Now, then we discussed that what is the form of verb. Like verb can be used in different form. In simple form, es form, ing, and second, first, third form, right? Now we are moving towards the kinds of verb. And the first one that is very important is called main lexical verb. And this verb shows a state or an action in a sentence. Whatever is the verb which shows an action or a state. The simple definition of a verb, you can just put it here in the main verb or lexical verb. For instance, she eats a mango. She is a kind girl, right? Now, this eats and is here an action, here a state of a girl, right? Now, at here, these both are called main verbs, lexical verbs. Okay, yeah. Next, we have a main verb can be divided in these four: transitive, intransitive, linking, and stative. And among these four, the first two are the most important kinds of the verbs overall. Yeah, modal verb, we would move also to that, but these two are very important. Just make the concept clear, you would understand it. Otherwise, it can confuse you anywhere, right? Now, the concept about transitive verb is it requires an object. It needs an object. And second thing, the object would be required, right, for it. And second thing, it also would have the possibility for WH what question, right? The possibility of what question would be there, and requirement of object would be there. Yeah, a verb is transitive when the action possesses or from the subject. Yeah, this transitive form of verb, just keep two things in mind: requires object. Even if you don't use object, this is fine. But at least if a sentence required, it needs an object, you should be aware that this verb is called transitive verb. And if there is a possibility of what? Possibility of only WH, what question, not who, where, why, when, only what question possibility in a sentence is created to you. Like I met Ali. Yes, I met, I met whom, I met whom. Now at here, the possibility is required of a, sorry, the requirement is for the, you can call it, sorry, the object, right? Affected object. You can see a verb is transitive when the action possesses or from the subject to the object, right? Like for instance, this means the same, that subject who, this is subject, doer of an action. Would it required? Object. I met whom? I met Ali. Yeah, if you ask that here the question is whom, so it is fine, but at here the requirement is needed. Requirement is required. Of what? Of object. So because of that requirement, we are going to call this met as a transitive verb because it required, it need an object to be used to complete a meaning, right? I slept her. I slept whom? I slept whom? Yeah, I slept what? Yeah, I slept her. I slept her. Ali wrote what? Ali wrote a letter. Yeah. Now, somewhere what question and somewhere both of the possibilities in these two, especially the first one is the requirement of an object, right? Ali wrote. Ali wrote what? Ali wrote a letter, right? Now, if you even do not mention a letter and you only say Ali wrote, that is also transitive word because the requirement is required at here. The possibility of requirement of an object is possible, right? Okay. Now, kinds of transitive verbs. One is called monotransitive, and now this is again a little bit more explanatory discussion, but let's go through it. And one is called ditransitive verb, right? In monotransitive verb is going to be used as a direct object, right? Verb would be followed by a direct object, affected object. There would be no gap between verb and an object. Like Ali drives what? Ali drives a car. So the what question is possible? This is transitive verb. I bet, sorry, I beat, I beat what? I beat him. Yeah, whom and what both questions are possible. Again, along with that, the requirement of object is also required, needed to be used so far. So these two are again transitive verb. These two are transitive and monotransitive because object directly came after the verb. But what about ditransitive? Yeah, it is followed by two objects. One is direct and the other is indirect, right? This is also in the sentence where to use which object, like the sentence structure is also going to be mentioned here. Let's see. I sent a gift to Ali. I sent Ali a gift, right? I sent Ali a gift, or I sent a gift to Ali. At here, sent is the transitive verb, while a gift to Ali, both two objects are there, are Ali as a subject and a gift as a subject, right? So direct and indirect objects are going to be used. Yeah. Now look at this structure. Look at this structure. At one side, you have used the indirect, sorry, direct object and then indirect. And in the other, now I'm going to mention what is direct, indirect, right? If you have ideas, so I would like to listen from your side. Otherwise, I'm going to mention, right? Now, I sent, I is a subject. Verb, sent is a verb. A gift, direct object would be the object which receives direct action, which plays the direct role. And the next object which you are going to mention would be actually indirect receiver, right? Now, object is actually the receiver of an action, right? Or receiver of a state, right? From the subject. But that action can be received directly and can be received indirectly. Now, I sent a gift. A gift is direct object. In a sense, it is going to receive the direct action. But what about Ali? Ali is not presented here, right? Or maybe present, but at the sentence right now, he is indirect object because the gift would be received late to him, right? Now, I sent a gift as a direct and indirect. Now, if you use in the sentence structure, you are supposed to understand this, that both the sentences are correct, both the sentences. But if you use direct object after a verb, so, and then indirect object, this is the formal way of speaking, means respective and professional, you can call it. But if you use indirect object first and then direct object, both are fine. But this is called informal way of speaking. In America, there is no problem if you speak informal or formal. In UK as well. But here in Pakistan, if you use the formal and informal, people would say that use like this. Yeah, those who would have the knowledge regarding this and formal. Even the hello form is formal, and hi, if you call someone hi, so hi is informal. Hi must be used for friend or the junior person or the like the close one. But if you're talking to a senior person, you must say hello, hello, how are you doing, right? That hi, okay. So the hi, but in America, UK, there they do not care about the formal and informal. Here, Pakistani do care, and other countries who are those which are not native, they do care about this. Oh hell, uh, it's okay, but yeah, understanding should be there. But if you use formal, to professional, I saw and the talk shows and in the those the educated people, those who speak on social sites on YouTube, etc., from UK and USA, they use the formal language. So this is a positive side, and positive image is also there that educated are the more those who are having like a good professional life. They go for the formal words and formal languages, right? So therefore, if you understand somewhere like this is formal way, this is informal, go for the formal. Like this is I gonna do this. Gonna means I am going to do this. Going to. Gonna means going to. Wanna means want to. I wanna this, right? 1 minute. Okay. I wanna, wanna means want to. Yeah. Now, but this is informal. The informal with the close one, the relative or friends, and want to for the more professional are the senior person when you are talking to, right? I want to do this. I want to do this. But if you say I wanna this, I wanna this, right? Now, some kinds of more, I don't want, there are many, a lot, right? You can make, but overall, you have to understand some of the words like this and go for, yeah, don't. Now, don't is like the very common words, but this is informal, and do not is formal, right? So both are the verbs, but don't is informal. And both you can use, but in writing, do not use this. Do not use rather this even as well. Doesn't, isn't, right? These are called contradicted form, contradicting the short form. Isn't, wasn't. If you use this, some examiners find it very much. Believe me, they cross directly on the sentence wherever students use these short forms, right? So write the complete form. Do not, does not, is not. These are formal, and in writing, follow it, right? Okay. Next is intransitive verb. Intransitive does not need any object to fulfill its meaning, right? There would be no possibility of WH what question, yeah, and it would only how the like the verbs and object can be also there, but there would be no requirement to be used the word the object, right? Okay, yes. This is the structure, place, adverb, time, adjective, preposition can come after the intransitive verb, right? Can be followed. Okay. Yes, let's see. I go to school. I go. I go. Now, I go, if you say I go what question is not possible, and the object is not required if you focus and the much more vast way. I go where question is not going to be mentioned here. I go, okay. I go to school at here. Yeah, and here this is not a direct object. Here it is going to be considered indirect, right? And another thing, whenever you are going to mention any building name, before building name or before any place where you're representing, like I'm walking, I'm going, this verb would be called intransitive, because there is no need. When the need is not required of an object to be used within a sentence, like that is not important. If that is not important, that time the verb would be called intransitive. Intransitive. She dances beautifully. She dances, all right. Beautifully is the adverb, and school is the place. Now, if these things you use PATP, right, stands for this, then these are going to be somewhere mostly that would be intransitive verb. Intransitive when the object is not required, but you are going to use sometimes, sometimes not, right? I go is intransitive. I go to school, go is again intransitive. She dances, intransitive, dances beautifully, dances is intransitive. We will come at 6:30 p.m. time, our adverb, right? Come is intransitive. She seems, said, she seems said now seems is again intransitive. I agree with you. Yeah, I am not. At here, some students say I am, and I am not. Right now, in front of agree, you cannot use am. You must say I agree. Okay, I am agree with you. Do not say I am agree with you. I agree with you. I agree with you. Okay, so this one is correct form, and it here this agree is the intransitive. I agree, fine. And if you say I agree with you, both are fine, right? Now one and the same meaning. So again, this is intransitive. Yeah. Next we have linking verbs, and linking verbs link the sentence. Right? They link the sentence. How to link the sentence? Just look, subject plus the verb plus the object. There would be a linking between these two by the linking verb, right? Like these few. Ali is smart. The linking of the subject with the object is done by this word, which is called linking verb. Ali seems sad. The linking of the subject with the verb, object is called linking verb. I feel. The rose smells. Smells with the subject and object is going to link the sentence, right? That's why this is also called linking verb. The soup tastes. Ahmad looks, right? Now, these are linking verbs which are linking the subject with the object, right? Next, we have stative verb. It is also called non-progressive, and we studied it. It is not used in continuous form. It shows only existing conditions or state. It is most often used in simple tenses. It is unlike dynamic, right? Like we already discussed it, but let's see now the examples exist. These five possibilities it would show: possession, senses, mental activity, mental, I think, I imagine, emotions, and existence. She is a teacher. Now it's fine, is a teacher. Now is it not an action? Just representing the personality. So the existing as state of being is represented by is, it is called verb. Yeah, static verb. They are farmers, static verbs. We have lots of problems, static verbs. And this static verb is possession, showing possession, right? Okay, next we have she owns a big business. I heard loud noises. She watched the mirror. Now watched here on watching and staring, looking and seeing. Both all of these are stative words, right? Watching, seeing, looking, staring, and thinking, imagining. See all the boys. We know. I forget. Actually, looking, seeing, just observing, thinking, imagining. These are actually not the actions. These are state. If you're looking at something, this is a state. This is not an action. Even if you are moving your eyes, that is not a proper action, body action, right? Okay. Yes. Next, why I watched, I see, we know, I forget, she loves, I had. Yeah. So these are stative words. Let me ask one example on this one. He loves. Anyone kindly tell me what is abstract noun? Abstract noun, yes. What are the abstract nouns? Anyone? He loves his parents. Abstract noun किसी को याद है? Yes, yes, Mavish, Sajid. What are abstract noun?
So, yes, sir. Abstract noun is unseen.
Yes, yeah. The feel, which we feel, the feeling related, right? Okay.
Feelings.
Yes, but now at here, she loves. Loves is also a noun. We studied it is an abstract noun, but at here it is verb. Why? Okay, tell me about this sentence. The example I have given to you. He loves as a verb. But he feels love is a noun. Why? I made it easy for you. Why? Why is the case so? Look, guys, look, I always focus on the definition of a word and the parts of speech, like what the word is performing right now. And here it is performing an action. He loves or a state, right? Now a state action that comes in the definition of a verb. After subject, we use verb, right? He loves. But if you say if you're talking about feeling, to show the feeling, then the feels is verb, but the love is noun, which is called abstract noun, right? I hope it is clear. I hate liars. I really feel hate for the liars, right? Now, feeling related opinion idea, when you discuss, that would be called noun, the word. But at here, if you directly use the now, uh, there are a lot of websites available on Google. What is Google in the sentence? There are a lot of websites available on the Google. What is Google in the sentence? Yes, anyone? Google?
Google is the action, sir.
Oh no. There are just look at the sentence. There are a lot of websites available on the Google. Yes. What is Google? Don't you think noun, name? Yes.
Uh, now,
Yes.
no.
Yes. It is a name. But if you say I Google it, means you search it. So the noun can be used as a verb, as an action. Change all the nouns to verb, change all the names to action, and become smart. Okay. Auxiliary verb. These are called helping verbs and having three categories. Yes, these are primarily modal auxiliary verb, and then we have three kinds of primarily auxiliary verb. Okay, so two kinds major. These are two major kinds. Then we have subcategories. In one, three categories are there, and then the other there are going to be discussing the modal auxiliary as well. Right. Okay. So what are the auxiliary verbs? All those helping verbs which also link perform the action of a linking and performing the action of possession and so on. But these are distributed in these three categories. Furthermore, right? The to be word, where we have is, am, are, was, were, did, being. To do verb, start with do. Do, does, did. To have, has, start with H. Have, has, had. Right? She is going to school. She going to school. Incorrect. Why it is incorrect? Yes. Yes. Without the presence of these auxiliary verbs, the sentence would be most of the time incorrect. If there would be a requirement, like she is going to school, but if you directly say she going to school, incorrect, right? Because of the absence, right? Now this is auxiliary verb, the helping verb. Goes auxiliary, goes, oh no, incorrect. Goes, does he, does she. Now we move towards the two verbs, the does form, right? So these are easy actually, but is, am, are, do, does, have, has, you have to keep these are auxiliary or the other, which is called helping verb. These both the terms are used for it. Next, we have modal auxiliary verbs, can, could, may, might, and then we have conjunction. Okay, for this you have to just keep it in mind that after this, always try to use first form of verb. Can uh, I can do this? No, not I can done this. Right? After could first form, after all of this, but in one condition, if you are going to use have after this, I could have. Then there would be third form of verb would be used. Yeah, who is there? The mic is disturbing me very background sound. Yes, Tyre, please mute your mic. Okay, so if have is used after these words, then you are going to use third form of verb.